This is Veronica and her mother, Dora. Veronica is first-generation Mexican-American, born in San Francisco and raised in Los Angeles. Dora was born and raised in Durango, Mexico. I join them today as they make one of Veronica's favorite dishes, enchiladas.
She would make enchiladas, which is my absolute #1 favorite thing that she makes. And the sauce, it's all in the sauce. And that sauce is, all of my aunts try to like replicate it, but none of them can do it like my mom.
My son's birthday is coming tomorrow. I called him in and I said, I'm not working tomorrow, so what do you want for your birthday? Mom, cooking enchiladas. So I had to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
so
she comes here and I'm like, enchiladas! That's what I want.
No one's salsa is as good as my mom's, but you know, I can kind of come close and get that flavor that I like. So this is what my father brought me from Mexico. I don't know if you call it contraband or whatever.
No,
it's not illegal to bring this?
No.
Okay, good.
They can bring it over from Mexico. They come all the way because they don't have diseases.
How do you think your mother feels about cooking?
I think she likes to cook. I think it's easy for her. And it brings pleasure to people she loves. And she likes for people to enjoy themselves and to enjoy her food. And it's her way of showing love, which is great. I love that.
Is that true? Is that what it means to you?
Yes, it's very true. After that, we put it in water for about an hour. So they made it soft.
So you just sort of like, you know.
Yeah, just a little bit. So you can put it like that.
Okay.
I put hot water because I want it sooner.
Okay.
You can put cold water if you're gonna let it. You can let it stay for overnight if you want to. There's no problem. After what I'll do, I get the cinnamon. I'll feed it out like this one. It's gonna be good enough.
I should be taking notes.
Raisins. And it's my cup measurement, okay?
See, this is like I never did it right. She just like used to
So we put the pepper. Sometimes I put it with my hands, but this is too hot.
So you
some
just put
salt.
This is in cinnamon.
And I put some sugar.
Oh yeah, the sugar.
This is hot.
Let's not forget the sugar. Cooking for me is a chore.
Okay, so I'll put.
And that's part of the reason I want to learn how to cook all these things, because I'm thinking I'll like it more, or I'll like to cook it more, and then maybe I'll be willing to experiment with some other things, and find the joy of cooking, because I know there's joy in cooking. You know, I've seen people, I see her, you know, the way she cooks, and it even looks fun, you know. This part is where I stand and watch.
You see, that's well blend.
I don't want to lose my culture, and you know, and food, you know, through food is one of the ways that I get that. So that's I would like to learn how to cook that, just so I could always do it and have that. I feel like I'm losing my Mexicanness.
Let it warm a little bit, the oil. And the reason I do this is because of the cinnamon and the raisins.
That makes sense.
It needs to be smooth, right? It can't be chunky.
No.
Did you guys cook together when you were a child?
Yeah. Not really. I ended up trying to chop, but sometimes trying to help, but I never really had a very good attitude about it. So I would end up getting, you know, kicked out of the kitchen.
So you had a bad attitude?
I did. I kind of didn't want to.
I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it.
So she was in my way, actually.
I would do it with like, I would chop it too big or something, and she'd have to re-chop it, and then I'd be like, okay, well, that would always be my way to get out of it. Your hands burn, Mom, usually?
Sometimes when it's very spicy, yes, they do. A little bit.
See, this is where I'm like,
How did you learn how to make this sauce?
My mother used to cook, and we three girls. I had one sister, You chop the onion. You put the pepper, fix the pepper, and put it, suck it in the water. And when she was doing it, actually, what I'm doing, we are around the kitchen. So she said, "You better watch because you're gonna be away from me, and then you're gonna be in trouble." She boiled us in the kitchen a lot. I used to do this, but not in the blender. By hand.
How do you do it by hand?
Well, not by hand. We use with this. We have to. There was a long stone, and we was doing like you rubbing like this.
Oh wow!
And then you adding water and rubbing it.
The taste delicious.
Does it taste better?
Much
Really?
better. Yes.
No, one time she did let me make pozole where I actually did it all. She just sort of guided me, and it was. I think I only did like one thing wrong. I can't even remember what it was, but no, it turned out really well, and everyone ate it. It was like one of those big stews that everyone comes over in the morning for breakfast, and it was like one of those big things after a big event, and she helped me make that, and it turned out really well.
And this is very little because I usually make 3 of these glasses. When I cook the enchiladas, everybody comes home. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a big group. Now what I'll do, see, this is the chocolate. It's not a lot, so I will say put a little bit more than a quarter. I just dip it in there. And
then it melts
salt,
or something?
It melts, yes.
Can you tell me about this chocolate? Is it milk chocolate? Like light chocolate?
No, this brown.
It's just got
this is like a
sugar,
sugar.
cocoa, and cinnamon.
Is it a cooking chocolate or?
This is a cooking chocolate. You can make it because what we usually do, put a milk and deep throw this one and then just stir it in the make a chocolate.
Oh.
Yeah, hot chocolate. It's
Hot
like
chocolate.
Mexican
hot chocolate with a piece of bread when
a
sweet bread when it's raining and stuff. I put a little more sugar.
I'm gonna take this with you when you go.
Really, the secret on this one too. Let's put the sugar when you're blender and when you cook them.
So 2 times you put sugar in it, 2 separate times.
2 separate times.
And does that reduce the spiciness of it?
A little bit, yes. Let's see.
See, that's what she does. That's how she measures everything.
Yeah.
That's how she knows what's missing and what it needs. And
I can tell you by tasting a little bit. So that's why, and I'm not used to that. I got they say, put so much over here. That's the measure. Or just by looking at it, I say, well, okay. So I just put some. They're not gonna be too much. I'd rather be a little less than too much, because if it's a little less, you can always add more. That's what my mother used to say. Taste this, see if they need some salt.
I measure everything usually, and then I still.
And then it doesn't taste the same.
Usually don't get it right. If I had been tasting it along the way, if I was interested in tasting it along the way, when she was making it all those years, I probably would have learned, oh, this needs that, or this needs that. I mean, I know if it's not right, like if I taste it and it tastes weird, like I've had somebody else's sauce that's sort of a similar style, but it's not, there's something wrong or missing, but I can't tell you what it is. I just know it's off. Well, this I've never even attempted, because it just seems like, I'm sure eventually I would be able to do it, but
already.
It's melted?
No, yeah, it's melted already.
Oh wow, that was quick.
See?
Wow.
Just keep looking.
Oh my
Stirring
gosh.
it and just kind of dissolves in there.